Alright, now this is my top 10 figures for 2020. Here they all are, and I will start from number 10 and move all the way up to number 1. Alright, starting with number 10, it's my Dr. Doom figure from Hasbro. Normally I would never put Dr. Doom in my top 10. The only reason he's in my top 10 is because all the add-ons that I gave him. Gave him a cloth outfit now, and he also has a throne that he's sitting on, and that's what made him my top 10. The throne came from NECA Pants Labyrinth. I believe it was what was that creature's name? I don't remember, but it's not the fawn. It's the other one, whichever one that is. The one with the hands. The hands have eyes in it. That one. I just forgot the name. I can't remember it at the moment. That one came with this throne. It's a little bit big. You can see how his legs are not touching the ground, but he looks so good in it that it fits him perfectly in this style. And the outfit, I bought it off eBay. It was roughly around 42 to 45, somewhere around there, and it's a full-on outfit. And this one comes with the hood, the cape, the inner shirt, the belt, and also the chains that are around him. And that's all gonna cost roughly around 42 to 45, somewhere around there. And once you have that on, he looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. You could put this together yourself. And let's see. The NECA one, it was like around 40, and then 40 for the outfit, for 80, 90, 100. So roughly a little over $100, you will be able to put this together yourself. And I think it's totally worth it because he looks so good in it. And just look at that. It's perfect. Absolutely gorgeous. So that's why this guy's in my number 10. And here's my number 9, and it is also another custom, the McFarlane throne. This one came with another Spawn figure, which came out many years ago, and I took the throne and gave it to the new Spawn that came out from McFarlane Toys. And this is the 7-inch McFarlane Toy Spawn figure from Mortal Kombat 11, because that game featured Spawn, so they made a figure out of it. And this is one of them. There are actually 3 versions of this. Well, actually there are 4 versions now. One, it's the one I have here. It comes with a sword, and one comes with the mace, and one comes with the axe. And there's another version which is the blood version or something. It's basically white and red, that version. That one came with an axe, I believe. And the cape, it's also a eBay purchase. It's a cloth cape, has wire running through it, so I gave it to Spawn and took the original cape off, which is a rubber cape. So now he's able to sit in this throne here, looking massive and looking amazing. And you can see I had to flip the cape up a little bit, so it's kind of flowing everywhere on this side and on the other side, and I think it looks perfect. That's why this guy is my number 9. And 8th on my list is Venom from the movie Venom. And this figure turned out great. Comes with 2 heads. One, which is this one with the tongue sticking out. One is a closed mouth version. I don't like that head that much, but articulation wise, this guy is amazing. The only articulation point that I wish they have worked on a little bit more is the neck. I wish his head could look up a little bit more, because he has really good torso articulation. You can see there's a ball jointed chest, and then abdominal there's a hinge joint, and so he could do a crunch quite nicely. but if he's crouching down doing a hunch over, his head is not able to look up. So that's the only issue I have with this figure. But this whole line is amazing. The Venom line, there are a bunch of other figures that came with this line. And the Build-A-Figure is the Venom pool. That one's amazing too. So this whole wave of Hasbro Marvel Legends line, it's a perfect wave for me. If I have to choose a wave to get, the Venom wave would be the one for me to get, for anyone to get actually. And 7th on my list will be Deadpool. Deadpool, this is based on the movie version of Deadpool. The color is a little brighter than the movie version, but still it's a amazing sculpt. I really like this Deadpool figure more than I like the comic version, and I have him sitting in this chair here, which is the Morpheus chair from McFarlane Toys from Matrix, and I think he fits in it perfectly. And not a whole lot more to say. He's highly articulated, so he can do pretty much any type of poses you want, and I think it's a fantastic figure, and I had a lot of fun with it. That's why he's number 7. Now 6th on my list is Kit Fisto. Now I am generalizing it a little bit because there are quite a few Jedis that came out. They're all amazing. Let's see, Kit Fisto, the Plo Koon, the Anakin, the Obi-Wan, basically all the ones from episode 2, even Dooku, and there's one other one I thought it was really good. Mace Windu. All those came out quite nice. Even Padme. All those came out quite nice. I like all of them. I'm still missing a few of them. They're on pre-order. They should be coming in soon. But in general, I think this line here, the Marvel Legend, the Black Series are turning out quite nice this year, with all those Jedis and even the Sith. So it's totally worth getting, even though I'm not a huge fan of episode 2, but the characters that they're making are fantastic. Like I said, him, Plo Koon, Anakin from episode 2, and then Obi-Wan from episode 2, Padme, and also Dooku. Those are great figures. They're totally worth getting, and Dooku is awesome too. Head sculpt's dead on. The cape is nice. It floats quite nicely, and I just like Kit Fisto because he looks awesome. Look at that. The head sculpt is amazing looking. And 5th on my list is another wave that came out, which I am very happy that someone's making. McFarlane Toys used to make Halo figures. They did a pretty good job with it. In the beginning, well, there's some hit and miss. The Reach line actually turned out quite bad with the weathering and all that stuff. I don't want to go over that anymore. That was a pain. But here we have another new company that's working on these, Jazzware, and they came out with 4 6.5-inch figures. We have the Spartan, and then one of those Spartan, which is red one, and then the Master Chief, and also Cat from Halo Reach. And all 4 figures are very nice. Sculpt wise is really good. The only issue with these figures are loose joints. They happen to almost all of them, and some doesn't have the greatest weathering on it. I wish they didn't add weathering at all, especially Cat. But overall, I'm just so happy that someone is making Halo figures again, and now these will fit in with your 6-inch figures. And here I have him standing next to Kit Fisto, and you could tell he towers over him, and I think he is actually accurate, because Spartans are supposed to be larger than life human, so I think it fits in quite nicely. So I am just very, very glad that someone's making Halo figures again. And with those visors, oh, look at this one. The White Spartan has a chrome finish visor, which really helped the figure a lot, actually. If it was painted, I think it wouldn't look as impressive, but right now I think it turned out great, and that's why this guy is 5th on my list. And oh, also the 3.75 inch ones, those are great too. I mean, I'm happy with those too. And 4th on my list is Thomas Wayne from Flashpoint, and this is another figure from McFarlane Toys, and it is their DC Multiverse line, and I think they've been knocking these figures out of the park, and there's a lot of them. If you wanna purchase them, there are a lot to consider, because there are a good amount of Batman figures, and then there are other characters as well, but mainly Batman, and mainly Greg Capullo's line, the comics based on his comics, most of them. But I think McFarlane did a fantastic job with these figures. They're all highly articulated, and they look great. And Thomas Wayne, how can you say no to Thomas Wayne? It's a figure, it's a character that I've been hoping someone would make for a long time, and I'm glad McFarlane Toys is doing it. And just look at how good he looks, and the detailing on him. Even though all these Batman figures got rubber cape, I still like him a lot. So that's why he is 4th on my list. And 3rd on my list is Stormtrooper from Hasbro. Now I have 2 versions here. One is the 3.75 inch, one is the 6 inch. I think they both turned out great, and they could definitely be the one and only. If you're gonna get one Stormtrooper, get this one. Depends on whether you're a 6 inch guy or a 3.75 inch guy, and if you're more into the vintage line, get this one. It's fantastic. The vintage line Stormtrooper, I believe it's based on Rogue One. Is it Rogue One or Mandalorian? I'm not even sure, but either way, this is a fantastic Stormtrooper. Let's start with the small one. This one has highly articulated joints, pretty much the same as the 6 inch. It even has the swivel thigh joint, which I like, especially for Stormtrooper, because they've been doing the ball hinge joint around the hips. So when you turn, when you want his legs to move up, basically you have to twist his thigh all the way around to the side. It looks kind of weird if you want him in the sitting position, but now you don't have to, because there's a cut joint around the thigh section. It's hidden behind the thigh armor, so it helps with the articulation quite a bit, and it makes it look quite natural too. Yeah, I think joint wise, they are both pretty much the same, except for a few. I could already see the ankle joint that's different between the two. Let's see, elbows are pretty much the same, and then shoulders are a little bit different. The small one has ball hinge joint, but the big one has a ball hinge joint and also a butterfly joint. And the shoulder armor is attached differently than the small version. Oh, and then the chest plate is also different. This one has a detached, free-floating chest plate, while this one doesn't. And everything else is pretty much similar. The big one has a head sculpt underneath, which they didn't paint, and it's glued onto the helmet itself. The small one does not have; it only has a ball joint underneath, and that's it. But I think both of these Stormtroopers turned out great, and happy to say, this is the only Stormtrooper you need, pretty much. And number 2 on my list is Mark 1 from SHF Figure Arts. this is a somewhat of a bias. I'm a huge Iron Man fan, and I love the Mark 1 armor. It's my favorite armor of all the Iron Man. So when they finally put out this Mark 1 version, it turned out great, and it's highly articulated too, and I think it turned out great. And accessories wise, yeah, they did give you quite a few items, effect pieces, and also a pair of eyes for underneath the helmet. So in this stage, you could have them in your Hall of Armor without the eyes. That's gonna look great. And then if you want him in other poses, like in action poses, then you can put the eyes back in, and you'll see Tony Stark underneath him, underneath the helmet here. So it turned out great, and armor looks nice, and paint job is fantastic too. It does look somewhat like metal. It's got that metal metallic finish to it, which I like, and that's why this guy is number 2 on my list. And number 1 on my list is SH Figuarts Wonder Woman 1984 version. And the reason I picked Wonder Woman to be my number 1 figure of 2020 is because of that head sculpt. I don't think anyone has done a head sculpt this good. Even Hot Toys couldn't do a head sculpt of Gal Gadot as accurate as SXF here. So I think she turned out great with the SXF line, and likeness. It's what makes it my number 1 figure of 2020, because she looks perfect. The likeness is almost dead on, and the outfit is nice, and it is a highly articulated figure, so you can have a lot of fun posing this Wonder Woman figure. And the movie wasn't that great. It's definitely not as good as the first one, but still it was an enjoyable film. But yeah, figure wise, this is a fantastic figure, but it will set you back a bit. It's gonna cost you somewhere around 80 or so. Depends on where you purchase this. Maybe it's gotten cheaper, but that's just how much I paid when I first got her. So yeah, that's why this is my number 1 figure of 2020. Is mainly because of the likeness. It's just so good. So there you have it. There's my top 10 figures for 2020, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And 2020, it's gone, and wish everyone a happy new year, and hopefully 2021 will be a lot better. Thank you for watching, and thank you for continue to support my channel, and thanks for watching. Oh, and one more thing, stay tuned for my worst figures of 2020. That video should be up tomorrow. I will probably start filming that right now. Thanks for watching.